Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really aiming to give you a shortcut, a way to stay visible in, well, this incredibly fast-paced digital world.
Mm-hmm.
We're diving deep into the top SEO trends for 2025. These are, the key shifts that every marketer, every content creator, really anyone working online needs to grasp to genuinely stay ahead.
It's so true. I mean, the whole landscape of online visibility is just constantly changing, isn't it?
Constantly.
And understanding these trends, it's not just about like keeping pace. It's about getting that competitive edge, knowing where to put your effort for, maximum impact. You should walk away from this with some really actionable stuff.
Okay, perfect. Let's unpack this then. First big shift, and it really is a big one, AI. It's fundamentally reshaping SEO, and wow, it's happening fast.
Yeah, warp speed feels about right.
AI-driven search. It's not some concept for tomorrow. It's hitting search results right now. We're seeing Google's SGE, the Search Generative Experience.
Right, the AI summaries at the top.
Exactly. That's rolling out more widely. And, Bing is really leaning into its own AI summaries, too.
And the big takeaway here, the really profound implication, is that your content now needs to be genuinely conversation ready.
Conversation ready. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Not just keywords.
Not just keywords, no. It means you need real topical depth. Your content has to answer complex questions, the kind people actually ask, multi-intent queries.
Right.
And critically, you've got to structure it so the AI can pull out answers cleanly. Think using clear FAQs, definitely using schema markup.
That's the code that helps search engines understand things.
Exactly, that's special code. And including good summary sections makes it easy for the AI to grab.
Okay, so AI needs answers. But here's where it gets, well, maybe a bit surprising for some folks. Zero-click searches are just dominating.
Yeah, that stat is pretty eye-opening.
Over 65% of searches in 2025 ending with no click. Nothing. It's because of those featured snippets, the knowledge panels, and like you said, those AI answers right there on the results page.
Which, naturally, leads to the big question for everyone listening. How do you stay visible? How do you make an impact if people aren't even clicking through to your website?
Yeah, what's the strategy?
Well, the strategy has to shift, doesn't it? It's about optimizing for position zero.
Position zero, meaning getting into those snippets and AI answers.
Precisely. That's your goal now. And this means using even more structured data, things like how-to schema, FAQ schema, product schema if you're selling things.
Okay.
And importantly, your KPIs, your key performance indicators, they need to change too. You can't just count clicks anymore.
So what do you count?
You're looking at things like impressions, how often you show up, direct brand mentions, and overall brand recall. Did people see your brand even if they didn't click? That's the new visibility metric in a way.
Okay, that makes sense. So if users aren't always clicking and AI is trying to understand everything deeply, it feels like search engines need to grasp our content on a whole other level now, right?
Exactly. Nailed it.
Which suggests a totally different way of thinking about content strategy.
Absolutely. And that's why semantic SEO is, it's king now. It really is. Search engines are incredibly sophisticated these days. They understand meaning, context, way better than before.
So stuffing keywords is definitely out.
Long gone. Winning content today, it covers entire topic clusters, not just one keyword, but the whole related area. It deeply addresses the user's intent, what they're really looking for. It uses natural language, includes related entities, people, places, concepts connected to the topic, showing comprehensive knowledge. And it connects ideas with internal linking that actually makes sense, like how a real user might explore a topic.
Right.
So, bottom line. If you're not already doing content mapping, planning out these interconnected clusters, now is definitely the time you need to start seriously.
Got it. Okay, another trend that feels like it's just growing and growing. Voice and visual search. People talking to their phones, searching with pictures.
Yep, undeniable. More and more common.
It feels like a whole new area to optimize for.
It absolutely is. And they each need a slightly different approach. For voice search, the key is using conversational language. Think about how people actually speak.
Longer questions.
Yeah, focusing on those long tail questions, the natural phrases, and understanding local intent is huge here because so many voice searches are like, find a coffee shop near me. Right.
Makes sense. And visual.
For visual search, you've got to optimize your images. That means descriptive alt text good for accessibility and search engines. Using efficient formats like WebP helps them load faster.
Okay.
And definitely include product schema if you're doing e-commerce. Visual search is massive for industries like food, fashion, home decor, local services too. Anything we're seeing, it matters.
And sticking with local for a sec, local SEO itself is getting smarter. You mentioned local intent with voice, but it's broader now, isn't it? It's not just about who's closest anymore.
Not at all. Thanks to Google's AI updates, proximity is just one piece. The algorithm now weighs things like your business's reputation really heavily.
It's reputation.
Like
reviews.
Exactly. Reviews are huge. Also, local relevance to the specific search and strong engagement signals. Are people interacting with your profile? Things like that.
So what are the winning strategies there?
Well, consistency is key. Consistent NAP, name, address, phone number across all your online citations. You need to actively earn positive and, crucially, recent reviews. Old reviews don't carry as much weight.
Right, recency matters.
Definitely. And yeah, you still need to be active on your Google business profile, posting updates, photos, answering questions. It sends those engagement signals Google looks for. It still really matters.
Okay. Now, we've talked about EEAT before on the show. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trust. Still important.
Oh, absolutely still important. But like everything else, it's evolving.
How so?
It feels like Google's putting an even bigger emphasis now on like real content from real people. First-hand experience is getting prioritized.
Ah, okay. Less generic stuff, more personal insight.
You got it. We're seeing a definite preference for that first-hand experience. Clear author bylines are important with credentials you can actually verify. And transparency, citing your sources, being clear about claims.
So the cue for listeners is show your face. Show the real people behind the brand.
Pretty much. Show faces, cite your data meticulously, build out proper author profiles. It's all about proving there's genuine human expertise and real-world experience behind the information, not just AI-generated fluff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh.
And let's be crystal clear on this next one. Core Web Vitals and the whole page experience thing, these are not optional anymore, are they?
Absolutely not. Non-negotiable. Things like site speed, how stable the layout is, interactivity. Those page experience signals from Google directly impact your rankings, especially on mobile.
Mobiles is key.
And for 2025, what's interesting is that AI-based tools are getting better at measuring the real user experience. And a big metric coming into focus is INP interaction to next paint.
INP. Okay, break that down.
Basically, INP measures how quickly your site responds when a user first interacts with it.
Yeah.
Like they click a button or start typing in a form, how fast does something happen?
So that initial responsiveness.
Exactly. If your INP is slow, your site just feels sluggish, unresponsive. So the takeaway is blunt. If your site is still slow or buggy in 2025, it's not just annoying anymore. It's actively hurting you. Time to fix it, seriously.
Okay, duly noted. Now, for a bonus insight, and this one feels pretty exciting, SEO and social media seem to be merging.
Yeah, this is a fascinating space right now.
Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, even Pinterest. They're becoming search engines in their own way, aren't they? People are actively looking for stuff there.
They really are. Users go there looking for information, products, how-tos, inspiration, all sorts of things. The practical takeaway here is, well, it's huge.
Which is?
Repurpose your great SEO content. Turn those blog posts or articles into short-form videos for TikTok or Reels. Create engaging carousels for Instagram. Make pin-worthy images for Pinterest. And remember hashtags. They're basically becoming the metadata for these visual and video platforms. They function a lot like keywords do on Google, helping people discover your content.
Interesting. So use hashtags strategically.
Definitely.
Okay, wow. SEO is shifting incredibly fast, no doubt about it.
It really is.
But the good news, maybe the empowering part, is that if you understand these shifts and use the right strategies, you absolutely can stay ahead. You can even gain an edge.
Precisely. Understanding these trends, it's not just about the technical bits, is it? It's about fundamentally rethinking how you approach digital visibility in, well, this constantly changing landscape. The value you get from actually applying this knowledge, it can genuinely transform your online presence.
Absolutely. So, final thought for everyone listening today. Given all these rapid changes we've just discussed, the AI, zero-click semantic search, EEAT evolving, social search, what specific area of your own digital strategy will you prioritize adapting first? Something to mull over until next time on the deep dive.